into math, lesson 15.3. Assess reasonableness of a product. I can assess the reasonableness of a product of a decimal less than 1 and a whole number. Spark your learning. Rosalind School is holding a math fun fair. One of the games is the sorting game with the numerical expressions shown. Okay, so they want us to sort these numerical expressions into ones that are great. When you would work them out, they have an answer greater than 4 and one that would have an answer less than 4. Okay, so if we have 8, we start with 8 and we multiply it times something and we want to get to 4, what would we multiply it times so that we can get from that larger number of 8 down to 4? 1/2, right? Okay, because half of 8 is 4. So we said 1/2. What is 1/2 in a decimal form? So 0.5. So 5/10, or that can also be what? What can we add to the big? 50 hundredths, because some of these are in tenths, or some of them are in hundredths, right? Okay, so anything that is less than 5/10 or 50 hundredths is going to get us an answer what? Less than 4, and anything that is more or equal to would be greater. Okay, so 8 and 45 hundredths, which one would that go under? So 8 times 4,500. Okay, and we'll put a little check mark saying that we did that one. 8 and 6/10. Greater. Now, let's do all the 8 ones. Okay, so 8 times 5,200. Okay, 8 times 8/10. Eight times 4,900. Okay, now these other ones, we have 4 on a couple of them. Okay, so we said in order to get 8 times something to get the 4 or whatever, we said half, right? So basically, if we had 4, it would have to be times 1 to be the greater or higher, and then anything less than 1 would get us less than. So our 4 times 9,900 less than. Okay, so we used it. All right. Then 4 times 9/10 less than, right? Because the 9/10 is not to 1. Okay. And then we have this one extra one. We have 6 times 8,100. Okay. Now, what do you guys think? What would it have to be at least to get there?
It would have to be at least,
okay, what's 6 in between?
6
And in between 4 and 8, right? Okay. So what would be between half and 1?
7,500.
7,500. So it would have to be at least 7,500 or higher to get you greater than, right? Okay. So is 8,100 higher than 7,100 or 7,500? Yes. So it would be 6 times 8,100 on the greater than side. Build understanding. One of the prizes at the Math Fun Fair is erasers. The value of each eraser is 77 cents. There are 8 erasers on the prize table. Joni says the value of the 8 erasers is greater than $6. How is she able to make this claim? Is her claim reasonable? So we need to start with our first question. Did Joni give an exact value or an estimate for the 8 erasers? An estimate, right? Decimals and fractions both name fractional parts of a whole number. It is often easier to calculate using fractions rather than decimals. Complete the number line to show the decimal equivalent of some of the common fractions. So 1/4 is what? So if I had is what? 2,500, right? So basically, if we had 100 and you broke it into 4 parts, how much change would you get, right? Okay, so 2,500. What is half? Is 1,500 or 5/10, right? And 3/4 is to which decimal number is 77 cents closest? To the 3/4 or the 7,500s, right? Because they want it in decimal form. What fraction is equivalent to that? 3/4. Okay, so use the fraction to find the value of the erasers. Show your work. So we would take 3/4 times what? 8/1, right? Or 8, okay? And we just made it into fraction form, right? Because 8/1 is the same as 8. Then, can we simplify before we start? Yes. So this would become a 1, and this would become a 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1, which equals 6. So how does 77 hundredths compare to 7,500? So 77 hundredths is, well, greater than, less than, is greater than 75 hundredths. Is Joni's claim reasonable? So yes or no?
Yes.
So yes, because 7,500 is close to 7,700, which got us $6. Now, the only thing is, sometimes with money, do you want to be on the low side or the high side? You want to be on the high side so you make sure you have enough to cover whatever you want to buy, right? Okay, but if you are making an estimate, you would know you would need at least $6, right? But you can maybe say, I might want to have like $6.25 or $6.50 just to cover myself, right? Okay, but was her estimate reasonable? Yes. Stepping out. At another math fun fair booth, a player chooses a digit from 1 to 9. Spins the wheel and multiplies the two numbers. If the product is greater than or equal to the digit, the player wins a prize. Taylor chooses the digit 4 and spins the number 7/10. Does she win a prize? So yes or no? So no, because why? 7/10 is less than, okay, not less than 4, okay? Because what does it have to be equal to or greater than? 1, because she has to get higher than a 4, right? So for her to be able to get a number higher than 4, it would have to either be 1 or greater, okay? So 0.7 is less than 1, okay? So then, like we said, so her answer wouldn't get her 4 or higher, right? Okay. Is there any digit Taylor could have chosen for which a spin of 7/10 results in her winning a prize? Okay, so no, right? Okay, because basically that 7/10 is what determined it, right? So she would have to spin a number greater than 1, okay? So no, because 7/10 is not greater than 1. For what other numbers on the wheel will Taylor not win a prize? So what other ones aren't more than 1? So the 0.5, let's work around the clock. 0.5, 6/10, right? 8/10. What else? 9/10. Is that it? Okay. Which numbers on the wheel will result in Taylor winning your prize? So let's keep working on the clock. So 1 and 1/10.
2 3 and 4.
Check your understanding. Number 1, there are also 4 sticker packs on the prize table. The value of each is 46 cents. Javier claims that the total value is less than $2. Is his claim reasonable? Explain. Okay? So, half. So 4, right? So 2 divided by 4 would get us what? 2. So 2 divided by 4 gives us 2 over 4 because that fraction bar also means what? Division, okay? Which equals what? Which equals half. So half equals what is a decimal? 0.5. So 0.5, or in this case we're getting money, so 50 cents. Okay, and he says that the total value would be less than $2. So is he correct? So yes. Because 46 cents is less than what?
Than $2.
Well, it's less than 50 cents, right? So basically our $2 divided by 4, right? Okay. Alright, so determine whether the statement is true or false. So 6 times 52 hundredths is less than 3. So basically, we're comparing those whole numbers right now, right? So 6 compared to 3. So what is 6 compared to 3? A half, right? So we're comparing this to 0.5, right? Or 0.50. So is that statement true? No. So it's false. Now, if it was anything less than 50, would that be correct?
Yes.
Yes, but since it's more, it's false. Okay. 4 times 61 hundredths is greater than 2. So what is our 4 compared to our 2? Half. So we write 0.5 again, or 50. And 61 hundredths, is that greater than 50? Yes, so it's true. Okay, the next one, we're comparing the 7 to the 7. So 7 divided by 7 is what? Is 1. So 1.00. Is 87 hundredths greater than 1? No. So this is false. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this page. We may not finish it out on the recording, but you do need to finish it out on your own if the recording ends. On your own, number 5, STEM. Human hair grows about 4,300 millimeters each day. Is it reasonable to expect that hair grows more than 3 5/10 millimeters in 1 week? Okay, so once again, we're going to a close benchmark. What would 4,300 be close to decimal form-wise? 50, right? Okay, so we're going to go with 1,500. Then, how many days are there in a week? 7. So times 7. What does that get me? 35 with 1 decimal place, right? Okay, so am I going to write yes or no?
No. It says more than.
So, no, because, so we're going to compare that to what? We're comparing the 4,300 to our estimate of 50, right? So no, because 4,300 is less than 50 hundredths, so it wouldn't be more than.